Sanyas.Guru, Mukhi BaBa. The book name I am writing is Hindu. The title is Hindu. Who are Hindu? People are Hindu. Hindu is a large group community people belonging to great religion Hinduism. The book has chapters like death and conspiracy, not for others, one thread that brings us back to forth, beloved dead and does not exist. There are 5 chapters in this book. Hindus are spread across the world and were in past spread across in various geographical areas with multilingual kingdom and cultural belief. Hindu people believed in God in various forms and respected and worshipped those forms along with culture of raising families. Hindu found vastness and wrote it in name of God and spread it across the world. Hinduism thus got majority across the world because of vast profile of God presence involved in nature of earth. Hindus also found God presence in human body and God himself watching from within creation. Because there was no authentic foundation found before they found God in human. Thus they started worship human and even human-like idols made with human effort. To spread idol culture around the world with help of statues by human hands, Hindu developed mantra and program to set alive the statue of God and let people feel the presence of God inside and out, in the temple area only. Even God felt pity on such human effort and ignored human outside temple boundary. So standing along with other religion and vast amount of Hindu people being vegetarian became the world top religion believing live and let live. However, it was only limited to Hindu saints, priests and fellow devotees in concern. Slowly by time went to pass along, Hinduism got various temples founded for people to worship God. The first chapter, Death and Conspiracy. In Hindu religious science, there are lots of calendars, sacred rituals and dates of religious cosmic events. Hindu religions have discovered and found even future events of God avatars over earth and their karma and duties as well belonging to word of religion and judgment. Hindu are special religion from one of the mystery called death and conspiracy. That Hindu people burn up the body of people in relation after they leave the body into calm, cold state into death or dead. This topic directly touches feet of God. There is no other way to feel the presence of God, direct presence in Hinduism. Because of such activity, God presented and devoted his life in other Hindu religious articles, events, calendars as well. I, Sannyasi, declare that because of human such act in Hinduism, God also felt miserable in his own life and directly transcended his universal presence into world. But because of such experience, Hindu people could never deal with one simple existence of God and thus fell into explaining crore of God presence in nature and lost time of real virtuous life in abundance. For such karma, God presented Hinduism to use and live with name of God, biggest presence in human nature in past ancient culture. It is real conspiracy of God that awakens so many other universal time frame and gives birth to topic like Big Bang. Yes, Big Bang is the word out of Hinduism and is like a restroom for God and people like God. Such topics have given birth to God personalities like Shiva, Agora, Rudra, Kala. It was not just that, but it is, and it will be how the one shell of life ends up our planet, and certainly just like Hindu cook food. So awakening in Hindu is out of death and conspiracy of related articles. One dimension is God and other is religion Hindu. When awakening happens in Hindu, people sent out of such activity by burning out the dead. So the element fire, tattva, that Hinduism have acquired to be belonging as a set of Hindu religious dictionary is also associated with birth of star, Big Bang, which further cools out planetary system and life. Such topic is also taught by God to live life and children our earth in respected manner. Thus act of using fire indirectly but is indirect nature to Big Bang and thus whole planet and existential being. So such activity of Hinduism initiate one of all universal food, God, but there is no time constraint for God. Thus life remains young and thus conspiracy of God begins after each cremation activity on earth. Because only two were responsible for birth, two people to come to life and many to take exit to universal being. God also wanted to die and you can understand through two topic God want to die. So Hindu represented one act which human mind left to bake over years. God actively from universal presence felt such activity as nonsense and thus the topic came into existence, death and conspiracy. But because child is child and God tried many times, but what came out is another research of God presence in Hindu pocket. Because God created other religions or some of the religions were by sub-exit of serious issue that even God could not clarify to world and thus conspiracy. As Hindu believe Atma, but Atma is another name of universal God, can also be called Father of Universe. Hindu believed each person has separate soul and but because child is child, hence God even accustomed such life, but all Atma trapped on earth till Big Bang. Such relief from God took us to life of technology, upper layer of other mirth. Hinduism itself declares thousands of years of lifespan of our planetary system, and thus Atma of trapped Hindu over earth is a big problem, worse than Big Bang, poverty, killing as well. Because Hindu religion has even claim of Pralog, Pishach Log and other ghostal treatment. But that is only conspiracy of death and Pandit to lie, handling moksha of dead people in his lifespan. Because Father of Universe cannot be bothered again and again to even anything other than Big Bang. When religion is doing under name of religion, custom, but the body cannot take life again after going to zero. Hindu says when you die, you go there, lok, and you live in peace in heaven. But even Hindu people use name of people died, and even those are proclaimed God had king-like people. Though that was like used label even for Atma conspiracy. When Hinduism could not use new fabric name convention, thus becomes time slab for such Atma of Hindu body which was cremated in past calendar, and they recall Atma to take new body and thus live with it. However, Atma cannot live inside the body totally. Because Atma is waiting and was waiting for Godfather to give salvation as his planetary body has dissolved into ashes, no tattva. Hence no rebirth possible, even science need DNA tissue to progress some bioscience. So what happened in this chapter of conspiracy of used label name is that God, who was also living among another religion and is going to live across planets, and religion of planetary lives found such conspiracy spreading as human religion respected God presence through various acts of karma. Thus, even when topic of such existential subjects are even thought of God, Father Traveler of Time gets to you and all time elsewhere, spins to some God play, and gives birth to another conspiracy. Because planet Earth is Mother Nature in our solar system, however, God is present in same solar system on other planets as well, and whole universe is Kriya play of God. But time comes when vast space of life understands. What they understand is God was made responsible for every act in Hinduism, but each act gave birth to new God, and thus our crore name were written as sacred and kept as belonging of God and to be worshipped for God. But God could not be called and even used as an object of usability, as from thousands more than centuries, soul of billion dead Hindu are traveling just surface of ocean. They are waiting for big cosmic opening of explosion out of which these planets came to life. Only explosion was reason for planet system to exist, and thus soul Atma directly belonging to one big key, Big Bang. Noise of universe explosion. The crore of souls when lived over Earth just got channelized into waiting of big natural event, and nothing else turns over their calendar pages. They only giving skyrocketing mind so that it happens fast and those Atma travels in search of existence and life over other planets. And might those trapped souls are consumed by simple glue-like existential object out in the universe, which understand natural form of Atma out of such bodies. But it is proved Hinduism have only one life, and other scriptures are the conspiracy medal of death ceremony happening in time frame of world. Because even saints and wise men say, each light, each fire is seen out there in universe by God. However, how much secretly you burn it, no human effort can hide. Fire element over earth as relate Big Bang. When we look into Adivasi, cannibal, hippie culture, people had only few rituals related to birth and death. Some hanged out body of dead and played around. Some ate out the dead. Some culture burned out and some buried the dead people. Because we refer our earth as nature mother and father to be powerful, lofty nature of science and universe. Even there was were spores made from universe sent by father. But this conspiracy does not change as time itself is universal event belonging to father. However, our earth might get shortlisted for end, because whenever people demand and request God to help from misery of earth, and sometimes they are devas themselves, those were and are sent by God to speculate earth affair. So even if other religions speculate Hinduism over their belief over death and God experience, the first one to know is only God. Then the shadow of release becomes Hinduism. Therefore, God evacuates time constraint, hence free calendars to serve religion with love. Thus, such conspiracy founder always achieve grips and kingdom of heaven with luxury and beautiful women of God. Because Father of Universe is not a planner, but also caretaker from creature like dinosaur, ghosts, fractures, wild magical satans. Sometimes even gods sleep over such cruelty of wild animals and sexualism. Then death in Hinduism awakes and satisfies evil but God. One conspiracy about Hindu burning dead bodies and chapter comes out, beloved dead, is that they do not want and shall not eat them, and other thing is to tell evil spirit under open skies that body belongs to no one, but soul has departed. As God and evil are represented on beyond culture of imagination, but some even says no death exists. No death lives as we just get another form of life element, and such evil can acquire soul of death as father personality belong to big universe time frame. But evil always haunt and haunt such planets where they are doing such practices which are not even seen in either God evil eye, where both powers stand as one eye and gives birth to religion Hindu. What happens then? Both power awaits, even Deva sent by God remains to wait for God to open universal pouch of Atma life. And when somebody or planets leave such dictionary affair, therefore in this religion, even without power, people use God name as Pandit priest of Hinduism, according to written time calendar event of Hinduism and Big Bang. So just such as name as even their participation as priest matter till eternal lifespan. Then if few people weren't ready for Pauch Atma, as their names refers, then both were eagerly awaits for such person exit. Even in other religion, Atma have other name, and when they die in such awaits, this is to be against nature of religion, as everyone wills to profound over giving birth and preparing good nature into life. And Big Bang is a natural event, but when religious souls are attached to such topic as only mind towards life exists, even think there will be no another Big Bang to exit from life. Is it really real? But Hindu says when power is consumed, the light turns off, and life exits into first, and nothing surprises our universe like dramatic exit of fallen stars, as sometime in sky we see stars falling to death. So what gives birth to star is Big Bang according to Hinduism, and Lord Shiva technology of being in power of meditative chakras. They are biggest body of life as nobody God evil both father to visualize, listen to the warheads. People in Hinduism believe and worship Lord Shiva from senses, but do not have all the existential evidence of life of Shiva. But soul of Big Bang is Hinduism. I Sannyasi wish to, and doing the declarative concept of Shiva Lord explosive nature, which is instant time lapse and dramatic involved of universe and cosmic power. Lord Shiva, the father of universe, has their own rules and set of beliefs towards every cosmic illusion and shall not be spoken any time without behavior of worship from start till end towards any subject of discussion. The suppressed power energy belongs, not belong. Topic suggests Big Bang in universe happens because of Hinduism. Our earth is this universe's body and giving birth to life environment. Lord Shiva is power that one religion or even so many religions altogether cannot. If one Big Bang comes out to life like first planetary system is, and people over such planet perform name of God and claim Shiva and time is indirectly gravity of planet with reference to the star like players, such thing which we easily call time is big between God and existence. Time itself can be called Lord, but Shiva has become universal Lord and is trying to acquire such place in universe because of Hinduism planet Earth. Soul of Big Bang means the reason of explosion, and why? Because the existence plays to happen. Such topic represents a low-grade tantrum of Earth to release all of its energy into one big pulse. Big pulse does not have any belonging within any other planets, but the solar system does have all the judgment before it happens from the reason of why. When power of life claims and reason of why, thus the power tends to change, and the soul of Big Bang try to change the negative event. That means Hinduism coming further for discussion of a natural event to open suppressed energy gates. Big Bang is like a thought somewhere where spending life in universe instead of Shiva. Play of life which suddenly taught itself from another part of universe and explodes once again, but that seems simple when you are from Earth, and such Earth is out of such cosmic play. Big Bang thus simulates and starts another event into somewhere in universal bodies. People of Hinduism say God always take avatar on Earth, and thus such God easily take power of such events out of which, cause of which, reason of which, source of which earth live, happens, exists, nature. Such avatar have power to steal the element power of such planet, and with dhyana power gives it one more shot in universe while living along in body nature form. People even in other religion has to sacred info over Hindu and Hindu God plane universe, as such forces are evil and are covered life instances by saint priest of Hindu, so that evil does not harm earth. Universe has rapid or soon in the absence of God will, but because evil definitions and play of life because they are not publicized by any religion in the absence of God. But yes, when God crushes evil and religions people hear out such cosmic play, then they are written over failure of evil. God, although is always busy in populating, nurturing, raising planets or life, but religions say Big Bang doesn't happen just for no cause, and by no power of Atma, but it happens by for reason. Hindu people, even without power of biggest evil, tends to work on each portion of spirit and thus result out to bigger, superior cosmic events. And this is a second chapter, that is Soul of Big Bang. This is to be against nature of religion, as everyone wills to perform over giving birth and preparing good nature into life. And Big Bang is a natural event. I'm sorry, we will cover this chapter in separate section.